Hello, everybody.
I was going to do a 5-second countdown, but that's fine. Hello, everybody. I am Ref Jayhawk. That first voice you heard was Logan. And we are back here live on Twitch, on delay on YouTube, with the WWE 2K24 universe for 1984 forward. This is the World Wrestling Federation at the Philadelphia 1984. We got an 8-match lineup here. As you can see on the screen here, Bob Backlund will be in. I don't want to call it the main event. We'll call it a main event. It will be the final match of the evening. Let's break down the lineup here. We're going to open up one fall. Moondog Rex against Tony Gurria. Big John Studd against Bobo Berghill. Greg the Hammer Valentine against Pat Patterson. The WWF Heavyweight Championship is on the line. Hulk Hogan defending against Paul Orndorff in a rematch from a recent Madison Square Garden.
This is probably a real match that you showed me, but it was a cage match instead.
Not the match I showed you.
Yeah.
They had a lot of matches against each other. Tag team action, this is going to be fun. Dick Murdoch and Adrian Adonis against Tiger Chung Lee and Mr. Fuji. That one's going to be so much fun. You got Roddy Piper against Superfly Jimmy Snuka with Ivan Putski as your special guest referee. George Animal Steel take on the Brooklyn Brawler. And the final match of the evening will be for the Tag Team Championship. The Wild Samoans defending their belt against the unlikely team, I won't call it unlikely team, but the new team of Bob Backlund and B, Blair. So, should be a lot of fun here. The next 8 matches will be with you. I would estimate probably for the next hour and a half to 2 hours. Logan, are you ready to get started?
Yeah.
Start the show. This will be one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Again, for those of you who follow the Championship Wrestling episodes, the time limit's double: 20 minutes for singles matches, 30 minutes for tag teams, 1 hour for title matches. Let's go to Mike Rome for our opening introduction.
Logan's going to go into introductions in the ring. Never mind.
Making his way to the ring from parts unknown, weighing in at 290 pounds, more Dog Rex.
Moondog Rex, former WWF Tag Team Champion. I'm sorry.
New guy in the roster.
Yeah, one of his first appearances, coming back to the World Wrestling Federation after a lengthy absence. He and Moondog Spot is around as well. Moondog Rex originally winning the tag team title with Moondog King, and then Moondog King got detained in Canada, and Moondog Spot took over for him.
Oh, there's Pyro. Fireworks. I thought they were doing the introductions but when they got into the ring because the guy just ran out.
Weighing in at 240 pounds, Tony Gurria.
The only time the introductions are going to be done in the ring is title matches, and even then they don't do that every title match. So, and here comes Tony Gurria. These two no strangers to each other. As a matter of fact, it was Tony Gurria teaming with Rick Martel, trading the tag title back and forth with the Moondog in 1981. Moondog defeating Gurria and Martel in, I believe, March of 81, and then regaining them in July, if I'm not mistaken. And it goes two wrestlers here that are very familiar with each other, although it's been about 3 years or so since they've been in the ring together. And Tony Gurria, well, I thought Tony Gurria, King Guy, you could plug in a tag team with just about anybody.
I'm hoping to run a YouTube channel on a motor.
Pardon?
I'm hoping to run a YouTube channel on a motor.
Yeah, when you're older, when you start learning how to do video editing and stuff, you can make it really nice. I'm still learning that stuff myself.
Like, make thumbnails.
Yeah, the reason that most of these go up on YouTube unedited is mostly because I am still learning video editing myself. Well, if there's something I need to take out, like I had some dead air on the stream earlier because I had to take a phone call like during the last match, and it went through the end of the last match. But I did cut a couple of minutes out of the dead air out of the YouTube. But for the most part, we do the kind of edit because I don't know how to do 95% of that stuff. Ideally, I want to get good enough to do like openings and stuff for the YouTube channel and that kind of thing too. But we're not at that point yet. Nice power slam, running power slam there by Moondog Rex. Moondog Rex became a man of 1,000 gimmicks after his run like a Moondog ended. Oh, nice flying splash off the top. Moondog Rex would be the original Demolition Smash for literally one cut of TV taping. He would be a Shadow. He would be in a Captain. He would Deadeye Dick for a cup of coffee in WCW. The less said about that, the better. I believe he was Detroit Demolition in the Continental area. Oh, nice. Here he can move there and slamming Rhea down. Spent all Moondog Rex in the opening minute and a half here.
So maybe if I run my own YouTube channel, like when I'm living on my own, I might be able to make like prank videos, like harmless prank videos.
Yeah, make sure they're harmless prank videos. But I think some of those go-called prank videos that are just mean-spirited and those are not funny.
Like I was looking on YouTube where a guy actually got arrested because he fed toothpaste-filled Oreos to a homeless guy.
I mean, I guess you're not supposed to eat toothpaste, so I kind of get it, but at the same time, like, Moondog Rex there, just body slamming Tony Gurria into the rope. Again, that's been all Moondog Rex so far. I'm excited for the Moondogs being here, helping bolster that tag team division. Nice slam there by Moondog Rex. We're still a little bit lacking on full-time tag teams. Another running power slam. Still kind of lacking on full-time tag teams here. The Samoans only around a few more months. I mean, you got Rocky Johnson and Tony Allen basically aren't teaming up right now. And there's a dominator there by Moondog Rex. He's cutting up. Well, I don't know what the finisher is in the game for him here.
What year did The Rock start wrestling?
1996. I believe we had the conversation off air earlier.
Oh.
Get out powerbomb by Moondog Rex. This should do it.
Who?
No.
He was stunned and somehow broke out.
He was able to get out of it. He rolled to the outside. Moondog Rex is going to follow him here. Crowd already chanting "Fight Forever," despite the fact that the that sunset flip there by Tony Gurria. Can't get the pin out on the floor though. We're seeing more and more countouts in this game as well. We had a double countout on Championship Wrestling recently. We had a title match on Championship Wrestling earlier today, ending a countout. But we're starting to see countouts become more and more prevalent here as we move along, which is actually nice.
Had too much sugar today.
You had too much sugar today, absolutely. Which is good. When it's time for dessert, I get some and you don't.
I already had dessert.
You already had your dessert. You had your dessert at like 11:30 this morning. Counting at 7. Moondog Rex might get the countout win here if he just stays in the ring. He's looking like he doesn't know if he wants to stay in the ring or not. Counting at 8.
I think he's trying to go for the turnbuckle, but the game's
Tony Gurria get up at 9 and just made it back in for the count of 10. That's very similar to the countout we had in that Intercontinental title match earlier today on Championship Wrestling. Tito Santana tried to do that dive into the ring. Referee got the 10 as he was sliding in.
Still.
And the referee determined that Santana had not gone far enough into the ring to break the count.
I regret doing that tag team match on my stream. Because that's why I use time limits.
Yeah, we use time. Mostly their time limits are there for the tag team matches to make sure they don't go hours at a time. Like I've seen it happen in previous years in this game where tag team matches just don't end.
So
Tony Gurria working on that leg with Moondog Rex now. Somehow we've gotten to the 5-minute mark.
The stunt bar is kind of going crazy there.
Yeah, I missed the glitchy chair from last year.
What glitchy chair?
I caught more in the OKTW streams that my friend True Hope Faith does on Sunday. But there was a chair over by the timekeeper's area that would just glitch like that stun bar was glitching a couple minutes ago.
Like it would just like shake?
It was just shake.
Like doing a booty scooty?
Basically, yeah.
I don't know if that's trademarked.
It probably is. We need to be careful with that, but...
So sorry.
If that is trademarked, you can have our profit off of the video, which will be zero. Yeah, we are nowhere near getting getting paid for these videos, but you can change that by subscribing or following on Twitch, and we'll give you all the details for that at the end of the stream.
Wait, can people also follow you on Facebook?
I'm not on Facebook as much anymore, so I don't really plug it.
You
can find me on Facebook under my real name, a picture of me. If you want to find me on the Facebook, you can see it. But I'm not on it that much, so I don't really plug it. Tony Gurria was able to get that leg lock on, and Moondog Grek was able to slip underneath the bottom rope. I'll give Tony Gurria credit. I did not think this match was going to go this long when it started. But he pulled it and got it. The feet are on the rope. Referee, look up, ref. He did not look up, but Tony Gurria able to get the shoulder up anyway. That looked like that Damian Priest cover from Money in the Bank the other night. But there's Tony Gurria. Drop kick ending Moondog Grek out to the floor. He just doesn't have Moondog Grek hurt enough yet to get a count out here. Now he's gonna go out after him. That starts to count over now. The Gurria out there.
Excuse me.
Oh, stopped right to the arm there. Nicely done. And our next Premium Live event will be at Madison Square Garden. It will be July 23rd, 1984. So 2 more Pacoca Championship wrestling between this episode and that one.
Also, there's no Piper's Pit on Premium Live events.
I mean, these were the closest thing you had to pay-per-view event at the time here. They were televised house show, basically. Spectrum show aired on a network called Prism.
Imagine they aired on Spectrum. That existed back in the 80s.
And not like it does now, though. And then the Madison Square Garden show aired, ironically enough, on the Madison Square Garden network. That's not coincidental at all for those of you who don't know, but yeah, I mean, these were televised, but only locally in that particular area that got those channels. Moondog Grek is waiting for Gurria up to the top again here. Oh, he went for the fly shoulder block and a nice power slam by Tony Gurria. Tony Gurria gaining control. He's got a chance here.
SmackDown is tomorrow night.
SmackDown tomorrow night. We're 3.5 weeks away from SummerSlam in Cleveland.
And you're most likely not buying tickets.
Yeah, as much as I want to go, I can't justify spending the money right now. I can't do it. Although if I have a loyal listener that would like to sponsor my SummerSlam trip, I need at least 2 tickets, and I don't mind going cheap. I'm just throwing that out there.
Like how Charlie gave us 2 tickets for Collision.
Well, Charlie gave us 2 tickets for Collision because he got 3 tickets for Collision. There's the 3 count. So, good effort there by Tony Gurria. The match actually went longer than I expected the way it started, but 9 minutes and 11 seconds. Moondog Grek gets the win in his return to the World Wrestling Federation.
How much is a SummerSlam ticket, Hawk? Sorry if I said that.
Last I checked, Mike, the cheapest I could have found were retail tickets at like $75 a piece, but I think I haven't checked in a couple weeks. But I think like buying a non-retail ticket is like $200 get in. And thank you for joining. And thank you for joining, Mike. I appreciate that. Mike and I go way back. I've known Mike. Great.
Is that the Mike that owns the shop?
Not the Mike that owns the shop. No, that's a different Mike. Mike and I used to do what was called e-fetting back in the day, where you would create a character and write the promo, and in the Fed we had to write our own matches too. Oh. And your character won or lost based on who wrote the better match for the character.
What are we talking about? I was kind of reading his chats.
Yeah, he was responding to me. It's been about 20 years. We've known each other about 20 years or so.
Oh.
Yeah, we go way back. Our next match up here, one fall of the 20-minute time limit. Big John Studd to take on Bobo Burgill.
Still, Jeremy says I'm gonna take on I'm gonna take over Bobby someone's job, right? Like he's teasing me about it.
Yeah, he's thinking you're going to take over the ring announcing position at RAPW.
Why is he saying?
Again, like a compliment, mate. You're doing a good job with me here. I appreciate it.
Making his way to the ring from Los Angeles, California, weighing in at 364 pounds.
These are only up for a week on Twitch.
Yeah, they're only up on Twitch for a week because I'm not top enough to get paid yet. But
they're up permanently on YouTube.
Yep, and they are usually up on YouTube within about an hour of dropping off. So you can catch the entire archive. This is week 9 now, I believe. Something like our 5th premium, I think 14th stream overall with the.
Do you think this is an in-game Big John stud, not like a created Big John?
No, this is a created Big John stud. Big John stud it was not put into the game.
They did a good job.
They did a good job with this Big John stud, absolutely.
He looks like the rubber figure.
Yeah, they did a good job. They did a good job with the Bobo Brazil, too, honestly.
Weighing in at 270 pounds, the Rebel.
Bobo Brazil, WWF Hall of Famer. I believe this was his last WWF appearance with the show here at the Spectrum. This match was I believe, somebody correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but I believe this was the first match to air on World Championship Wrestling on Black Saturday, when Vince McMahon took that time slot over a week or so after that.
What's Black Saturday?
Okay.
I've heard of Black Friday.
Okay, so Black Saturday. I love that you're coming quick. That was looking great to get me to talk about this stuff. Black Saturday was so Vince McMahon was trying to take the WWF National for the first time throughout the mid '80s, and he would buy up the local promotions that were dying out if he could, or if people weren't running the territory, he would just come in and run it. He decided he wanted the TV show on TBS on Saturday night at 6:05 Eastern. So he bought out the Georgia Championship Wrestling territory, and the first episode of WWF television in that time slot was called Black Saturday, because the fans of the Georgia Championship Wrestling promotion hated the fact that Vince McMahon took over the time slot. They didn't like the WWF style of wrestling.
I thought it was just trying to honor black people.
No, it had nothing to do with black people. That's kind of racist, and I don't appreciate that.
I said honoring.
No.
I said honoring.
No, it had nothing to do. It had nothing to do with honoring black people, Logan. The Dark Side of the Ring TV show did a whole episode on Black Saturday. If you want to know more, I can show that to you. Maybe not today. Depends on how long we're running today. Let's run today, but
you still gotta show. I'm not gonna say what the videos you gotta show me later.
Well, I'm going to show you if we talked about it on our previous stream, I'm going to show you the Good or Good Enough video. We can say what the video we're talking about is. I can't show you the video when we're streaming.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to get a copyright notification on the music.
Yeah.
Big John Studd dominating the early going of this matchup here, and that honestly not too far off from how the match was going. There's a body slam there and a cover. A count of not quite 2. I'm toying with an idea, a kind of a supplemental thing for the stream. Just with the nature of the game calendar only being a set 4 weeks a month. Those weeks that we have, those months that we have, like the odd week where we have to kind of skip a week, I'm debating making the Twitch streams watch along for the missing show. But the way the calendar is falling, we're going to miss the next Spectrum show. And that's actually some kind of important stuff that happened on it. I'm debating just doing a watch-along of the actual show.
Okay.
Just something different. That would probably be a Twitch exclusive if I do that. But if you're interested in that, you can leave a comment about that in the comments. We'd love to hear your opinion about whether you would watch us talk about actual wrestling for 2 hours at a time. But we're going out with Big John on the rope, ducked underneath, catching the flip to the midsection on the way down. Nicely done. And a short clothesline, nicely done. Again, a match that in the early going did not look like going to last very long, and that might have ended the comeback right there. Big duplex by Big John Studd.
Still, if any of you aren't familiar with wrestling, you can ask any question on the chat, and we will answer questions.
You can ask questions that have nothing to do with wrestling. I don't care.
As long as they're not offensive.
And keep everything civil. Keep everything. Yeah. If I see any slurs, you will get banned from the chat. I am not going to put up with that. We are all inclusive on this channel.
Even though you say the other D word.
Okay, that's yeah. I don't need to say it again. Don't be a dick. I don't like saying that from a 10-year-old, but if you're gonna bring it up, I'll just say it. Don't be a dick. All right, trading blows in the center of the ring here.
I'm gonna ask if there's any reason why I can't see anything that anyone else is saying in the chat.
Okay, Mike, you might be the only one in the chat right now, if we're being honest.
Yeah, you might be the only one watching.
But you're the only one. You're kind of the one I've seen too. So I think you're the only one.
Yeah, but thanks for watching, Mike.
And if there are other people watching that are not in the chat, that's fine as well. We're happy to have you.
Right.
Big John Studd.
Well, now I feel awkward. Now I feel... There's always been something when we're awkward.
And Mike, it's greatly appreciated. I appreciate your support. I wish I had a schedule for these so I could, kind of give you the heads up. But it's pretty much okay. I've got an extra hour and a half or 2 hours right now, so I'm going to hop on.
But seriously,
which is a lot of the reason I don't get more than 1 or 2 people on here at a time. But
I think at some point, like first week or second week of school, I accidentally walked in. Like it was sometime during when school started. I walked into the 3rd grade classroom.
Yeah, you weren't in 3rd grade anymore. You were in 4th grade last year. Going to 5th grade.
So I'm kind of like, okay, this is awkward. I'm gonna leave. My head felt like I was dreaming where I was. I didn't know where I was for a second until I realized I walked past the 4th grade door. Oh, I'm also more used to going into that classroom because 4th grade flew by. Besides long division, which sucks.
Making his way to the ring.
You're laughing at me? We've all been there.
Yeah, Mike, we've all been there. Something similar. So there you go. Okay, now if you did not have a physical education teacher that looked like Greg the Hammer Valentine when you were in high school, did you really have a physical education? I'm just throwing that out there.
Why do you say that?
We had a gym teacher when I was in high school, Mr. Swanson, that I swear to God looked like Greg the Hammer Valentine.
What the?
Yeah, it was...
What?
Yeah, it's eerie how much they looked alike, honestly.
Are you sure I ain't a doppelganger?
That's what I'm saying.
That's... What can I say? Except they're doppelgangers.
Montreal, Quebec, Canada, weighing in at 237 pounds.
I didn't like my 3rd grade phys ed teacher. Like, we did play a few games, but they were, like, mostly sports.
Not all of us went to go to Ohio or wherever you went to go. Well, go Ohio, yes, but... It may very well be that it was an isolated incident, but it was kind of creepy. Mike, how are our mics sounding here? We had somebody tell us the other day that one of us was too close to the microphone, and all they could hear was us breathing. Everything sounding all right? Did any of us need to move our mic?
You said you told me that my breathing was bothering.
Well, I assumed it was yours because my mic doesn't really move any further than it. My mic's pretty set. Yours kind of can go.
But I can go any which way. All right.
Cobra clutch and 5 seconds in a Cobra clutch. And into a Russian leg sweep. Nicely done by Greg the Hammer Valentine.
I mean, take this for...
Take it for what it's worth. I'm coming from someone who's partially deaf, but it's sounding okay to me. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it.
You were partially deaf before. Deaf.
Yeah, I go through streak with my right ear. Sometimes I have no issue with it, and sometimes it just feels like it's clogged up with water, and it'll stay that way for weeks at a time.
Yeah, like you had to get that like dome thing, that like.
Oh yeah, I had to go and buy one of those little baby nose squeakers to like pour water into my ear for a while there to try to clean it out. It was bad, but one count there by Pat Patterson. Pat Patterson, the first ever Intercontinental Champion.
At least you weren't really deaf like Beethoven.
You know what? Guy couldn't even hear it going music and made beautiful music. Like who might argue?
They had to like turn around to make sure that he can see the audience clapping. I think that's what a music teacher told us.
But again, here we got Pat Patterson in the blue, the first ever Intercontinental Champion. Defeated Ted DiBiase for the North American Championship, and then won a tournament for the South American Championship in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. That may or may not have happened. I would like to think it happened just because I find it hilarious. Supposedly, the story is they used Rio de Janeiro at the head of that tournament because Pat Patterson couldn't skate Rio de Janeiro. He would just skate Rio. And if that's true, that is hilarious.
Watching.
Flying elbow drop there by Greg the Hammer Valentine. There's the cover. Only count of one.
Thanks for the other two people watching.
Yeah, whether you're watching us live on Twitch, that is greatly appreciated, or whether you're watching the replay on YouTube, it is always great to have you.
We should do a live stream on YouTube one day. Have a YouTube exclusive live stream.
We'll have to see. Pat Patterson doing a little shuffle there. Pat Patterson with Greg the Hammer Valentine drops him through first over the top rope. Greg the Hammer Valentine recently on. Hey, Jeremy.
Hey, Jeremy!
Yeah, Jeremy's been with us since day one. That's greatly appreciated. Thank you for that.
I thought it was with us like day 2 or day 3.
Jeremy, when I started streaming in like 2019 or 2020, whenever it was, Jeremy was one of my first followers. That's what I mean by he was with day 1.
I thought you meant day 1 of this stream.
It was probably day 2 or 3 here. Yeah, he doesn't come in every time, depending on his schedule, but he pops in whenever he can. That's greatly appreciated. Nice.
All right.
GTH there by Pat Patterson.
2, 3.
Pat Patterson with a quick victory over Greg the Hammer Valentine here.
So we can't say a few things on the channel or else we'll get demonetized, aka canceled.
Okay, well, we have to get monetized first before we can be demonetized.
Yeah.
And I'm still more worried about the music than I am anything else. I've got the parental warning on the live stream on Twitch.
Yeah.
I got the little notice on YouTube that it's not for kids. So I can swear a little bit. You cannot at all. That's how this works. I'm the dad. I can do what I want within reason.
Even though I accidentally did say D.
Yeah, you've got the D word once or twice, and you need to be more careful with that. You're too young to say those kind of things.
No. Okay, time to go to match number 4. Changing the subject.
Yeah, time to go to match number 4, and one of our main events here is the World Wrestling Federation Heavyweight Championship. Hulk Hogan defending the title against Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. Definitely not the last time we're going to see this match during these streams.
1 hour time limit.
And our all championship matches here on the WWE 2K24 1984 universe. Unless there's a stipulation that would change that.
And is for the World Wrestling Heavyweight Championship.
And I believe the rest of the introductions will be done in the ring here. So.
Right. Thanks for people who are watching live. And I'll do a real shout out to Jeremy and Mike real quick.
Go ahead.
Okay. And shout out to Jeremy and Mike for joining us on the stream.
Yep, it is greatly appreciated. Thank you very much for that. Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff coming to the ring right now. And Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff was on the episode of Championship Wrestling earlier today.
So
not doing very well, not getting a lot of momentum here, Luke. Going to beat Brian Blair on Championship Wrestling earlier today.
So whoever made Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff did a good job. Like a really good job. I don't think the game made him, but
Creations are really well done, and I'm very impressed with all of them.
like even Jeremy's character that we saw.
And Jeremy is going to be lurking for a little bit here, which is perfectly fine.
Lurk.
Means he's going to be watching but not chatting.
Oh.
Going to be kind of hang out in the background. And hey, that's perfectly fine. We appreciate the support regardless. And here comes the champion, Hulk Hogan. We're coming up on 5.5 months at champion for Hogan here.
I am a real American. Fight for the right.
Okay, I don't think we're going to get a copyright strike on this song because it's in the game, but let's not push our luck with it, okay?
Okay.
I'm throwing that out there.
Yeah. So we went like to 61 or 63 subscribers, all the way to 74.
Yeah, we gained like 11 subscribers on YouTube since we started this series, and thank you very much for that. The more the merrier, we like the interaction we're getting on the Facebook comment as well. Got a comment earlier today from Charles Clark about Billy Travick's winning streak, and basically saying he remembers Steve Travick being the WWF Rookie of the Year at one point, but does not remember Billy Travick at all. Okay. Well, I have news for Charles. No one else remembers Billy Travick either.
Hogan must pose. Sorry if I cut you off.
Yeah, you're fine.
It's your fault you told me that.
My fault I told you that. Okay.
Still, I've said before, I say it again. Homework shouldn't exist.
All right, let's go to Mike Graham for the introduction.
I'm sorry.
Introducing the challenger from Tampa, Florida, weighing in at 252 pounds, Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. And his opponent from Venice Beach, California, weighing in at 303 pounds, the World Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, the Immortal Hogan.
Yeah, we're being billed as the Immortal Hulk Hogan here. He was not being billed as the Immortal Hulk Hogan in 1984. That didn't come about 1990 or so, but Hulk Hogan looking at that championship belt for possibly the last time. He can't get off to the referee.
There are some TV shows, like cartoons, they make their own versions of video games.
Yeah?
Yeah.
There are video games based off just about everything, buddy.
Oh, video games, comics, and cartoons, and TV shows that are based off stuff. Like real video games.
Then there are some games that are made because they've got a likeness to something that have nothing to do with the original product either, but knee drop to the shoulder there by Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
I don't want to say a surprising game we found at an arcade once.
Okay, which one are you talking about?
Oh.
Huh? You can say Fix It Felix. We're saying the name for something. It's not going to get a copyright strike.
I can't believe we found Fix It Felix because I thought it was just a movie. Like I thought Rick Ralph was.
Yeah, again, you can say names of stuff. When we start playing the clip and the music and stuff that we have to worry about.
Yeah.
You can say the names of stuff.
Okay. What? I thought Rick Ralph was just a movie. I didn't expect Fix It Felix to be an actual video game.
Yeah, there's an arcade not too far from our house here, the Pastimes Arcade. Like a bunch of old video arcade games and pinball machines. They have a Fix It Felix machine, like right when you walk in the door, you make a left. After you pay, it's like right there. They've got the Royal Rumble pinball game too, which I didn't know they made that until I saw it there. So.
I didn't finish the football game with you.
Yeah, you missed out. That game was so much fun. NFL Blitz, that game was so much fun.
I'm not a big fan of football.
It's football, but you're allowed to hit people after play and just beat the crap out of them. It's fun.
So there's also a pinball arcade the pinball machine called Captain Hook, and I know why Captain Hook hates Peter Pan. He beat him at his own game.
Ah, I see what you did there.
I have a point.
I wish we were on camera right now, but keep holding a hand out like you hold a hand out like you're making my point for me.
Yeah, if the office decorated you'd have the webcam.
Yeah. Early in the match, still early in the matchup here. Orndorff had the advantage, but Hogan in control right now. Maybe getting a little too arrogant here. Just Hulk Hogan's third title defense since we started streaming, a win over Dr. D. David Schultz at Madison Square Garden on May 21st. And then a televised title defense. Actually, 3 title defenses. I'm sorry. He had 2 title defenses in June. One on Championship Wrestling against George Animal Steel, and then he had another one.
I watched the
I believe he had one at the Spectrum last month. Let me double check my notes.
I watched the YouTube channel FGTV, and I saw
Iron Sheik last month at the Spectrum. I'm sorry, Logan, go ahead.
And I saw one video on FGTV, a YouTube channel, and he got so scared by a jump scare. I think it was like a recent video. He was playing like a Mario horror game. He got so scared he fell out of his chair, knocked over his monitors and keyboards, even made a dent in the green screen. Like, I don't know if it's recent, it's probably like 1 or 2 years ago. But seriously, he just glad didn't break the monitor.
Oh, there's the big boot by Hogan going for the cover. He may have Orndorff here.
1, 2, 3.
He got him.
It's me, your winner and still the champion, Hulk Hogan.
Here is your winner, and still
Yes, sir.
World Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, the Hogan.
You just said that.
I know. I didn't say world heavyweight.
Hogan playing the belt like a guitar.
Hogan must pose.
Okay, don't have to yell it.
Sorry.
Yeah, I apologize if we blow out your ear. You get a little excited.
Still, I did kind of rage on my stream in that one tag team match.
That tag team match was a 1-fall tag team match. I never did find out how long that went, and that's dropped off the archive now. But that had to be that was over 20 for sure. This guy started a tag team match on his universe. The match started when I was in the room with him. The dog had to go outside. I put a 15-minute timer on taking the dog outside. Was outside with the dog the entire 15 minutes. Brought the dog in, gave the dog her treat, came back downstairs. He was still in that same tag team match.
But it went like half an hour.
It had to be close to half an hour. It would go over 20 for sure. Longest tag team match we've had so far is 28, and that was 3 falls. And speaking of tag team action, that's what we've got coming up next. So, full disclosure here, on the original Spectrum card, this one Tiger Chung-Lee and Mr. Fuji against the Wild Samoans. And Adonis and Murdoch were against Bob Backlund and B. Brian Blair on this card, but with the tag team title changing hands frequently to the Wild Samoans, we switched the lineup up. So they basically switched those tag team matches around, and I think that makes this more fun, honestly.
Those two are Japanese, Tiger Chun-Li and Mr. Fuji.
Well, Tiger Chung-Lee is Korean. Mr.
Close
Fuji
enough.
is billed as Japanese, but I believe he's actually from Hawaii.
Close enough.
For video game purposes, close enough, but... And let's be perfectly honest, in 1984 WWF, that was close enough. Tag team action, 1 fall, 30-minute time limit. And let's go to Mike Rome for the introduction to our first team.
Excuse me, I'm still in elementary school, and middle and high school is going to be harder. So I think I'm going to not go to college. I don't know if I want to go to college or not.
You have plenty of time to decide whether you want to go to college or not. You just talked over the introduction.
Sorry. Sorry.
It does not matter. It really does not matter. I like to listen to him, but it does not matter.
I'm going off mic to yell at him. Sorry. Sorry.
It's not a big deal. It's fine.
blocking my mic.
It's fine.
And their opponents at a combined weight of 546 pounds.
Mr. Fuji and Tiger Chung Lee. Should be an interesting matchup coming up here. Again, I think it's more fun because the match. I don't believe the match ever actually happened. Ever. Definitely did not actually happen at the Spectrum here in this show.
I just noticed that Tiger Lun Chi has no shoes. He's wearing socks. Well, that's what it looks like. It's either boots or socks.
It got an ankle taped.
They look like socks, cause
that's white. I can see where you would say that. It got an ankle taped up.
Also with like the lighting, it looked like there's like a socks that were orange.
So when Tiger Chung Lee first came into WWF, he was managed by Clacky Freddie Blassie, and they did a thing on television where he was doing like the karate demonstration where he was like breaking the bricks and stuff. What did not air on TV, but ended up airing on a home video. I believe it's on Peacock somewhere, actually. I might have to show it to you later if I remember. But there was a segment that did not air where one of the bricks didn't break. And while he's trying in vain to break the brick, Freddie Blassie and Vince McMahon are just laughing at him on camera. They edited it from the TV show. You never saw it on TV.
I have a feeling those bricks were cinder blocks.
They were brick, but I think they had like a metal pour or something in it. If I remember correctly.
Like I've seen people like break wood in half.
Yeah, they put the blooper of that on the Blooper Bleep and Body Clam home video, and I believe that video up on Peacock.
I was on the search thing on our TV. I saw you search up the movie Body Slam.
Yeah.
That's the movie that had Captain Lou like.
That movie, Roddy Piper, Captain Lou, the Wild Samoans have a cameo in there. Tom the Kid's in it.
The Cannibals, which probably
by the Barbarian and Tijo Khan. Well, Real Record played them. Ric Flair got a cameo in it. Freddie Blassie got a cameo. Bruno Sammartino got a cameo in it.
Stan Lee makes cameos in a bunch of Marvel movies before he passed.
Stan Lee had a cameo in every Marvel movie that was filming before he passed.
Like, even in the original Spider-Man movies before Tom Holland and the Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah, if they look at Stan Lee property, Stan Lee had a cameo somewhere in the movie up until he passed.
Like, I watched the beginning of Infinity War. He was the bus driver.
So far, matching Adonik and Murdoch in control. I believe it's still been Adonik and Chun-Li the entire way. I don't think the partners have been tagged out yet.
Still, the Spider-Man that exists in the MCU universe, well, just I'm pretty sure like the Infinity Universe is Tom Holland's.
Yeah.
Because the other Spider-Man movies are whole separate movies.
Yeah, but they are now part of canon ever since they.
Yeah, No Way Home.
Thank you. Couldn't remember the name of it.
It's on my birthday, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, we went to see that at your birthday, Frockin.
Last year we got to see Mario.
Yep. Supposedly our tag team glitch is fixed now too. That's the first tag team match I've run since that. So we'll find out.
Wooden shoes.
I mean, I believe those are Japanese custom at some point, but I don't know why they made them in wrestling gear. Fuji with the jawbreaker there to back Murdoch off. I love tag team matches in this now. Now that they've got the 1K limit, that's a big help.
If some of you viewers are 5 minutes at Freddy's fan like me, there's actually a whole week dedicated to the 10-year anniversary this year in August. To the 1st to the 8th. I just find that out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Fuji in control, gonna bonsai drop. Nick Murdoch here.
Two! That could have done it. He was just sitting on his chest.
Hey, if it worked, it worked. Crowd beginning to chant tag team wrestling here. Might be a little early for that, but it is what it is. Yeah, so far, no issues with the AI and the tag team. I'm glad they got the dive fixed, too. Actually, called Tito Santana do a couple of Kuikai dives against Tiger Chun-Li. Earlier today on Championship Wrestling, Tiger Chun-Li actually defeating the Intercontinental Champion Tito Santana, but by count-out, not getting the Intercontinental Championship. We're going to have to find a spot to give Chun-Li another shot there. I don't know if another opportunity for Chun-Li comes up naturally over the court collector or not, but we'll keep an eye out for those opportunities. Of course, these two teams would love a shot at the tag team title. Dominic and Murdoch would love a shot to regain them. Chun-Li and Fuji would love to get a crack to try to win them for the first time.
Well, I know when I turned 8, we were rehearsing for a play. At the end of rehearsal, he took me to go see Sonic.
Yeah?
Like the second movie, which is, in my opinion, was epic. But I fell asleep during Dumbledore.
Yeah, we didn't really get to do a movie for your birthday this year, but we had WrestleMania, that entire WrestleMania week, like right before it too, though. So.
Yeah.
That was kind of a large part of your birthday this year.
That was also Mom's birthday present. We were gone for an entire week.
Yeah, she didn't have to deal with you for an entire week.
And you.
Okay, now let's keep an eye on Mr. Fuji and Adrian Adonik here. They are the legal men. If we have the count out on the floor, again, a 10 count on the floor. We've been seeing more and more count out kind of late.
I actually told our music teacher on my birthday that we were probably doing nothing special. She'll only pick out like a treats. Well,
That looks like a...
yeah, because we were like doing nothing special, like we weren't making cake or anything.
Okay, well, let's focus on the match right second here, buddy. We got to count of 7.
Alright, this could be it. This could be it. 8. Oh, he's throwing him in the ring. 9. Come on,
Adrian.
hit 9. Hit 9. Dang referee! Dang ref! Dang ref!
Calm down!
I'm sorry!
Okay, at the end of the day, it's a video game. It is not the end of the world. This is not Logan Paul winning at WrestleMania. It is not worth being angry over.
Logan Paul has never completed a match without using brass knuckles.
I don't think he ever won one without doing it, no.
That's cheating!
And the 3-way WrestleMania, no, it's not. There's no rule in a triple threat. But Logan Paul been U.S. champion for over 200 days and defended the title twice. Back in my day, I hate to throw that phrase out. Back in my day, if you didn't defend the title once every 30 days, you were stripped of the title. Now guys are going 3 to 4 months at a time without defending the thing.
I actually watched a YouTube short where someone was saying, "Does your dad say these things?" And one was, "Back in my day." And you just said it.
Yeah, I just got it.
That's probably like 2 weeks ago. I don't know.
Running Bulldog here by Adrian Adonis. Gonna go for the cover.
1, 2.
And there's a count of 2. That was close.
It's past the 5-minute mark.
Coming up on 8 minutes gone by here. Again, one fall, 30-minute time limit. The tag team match after the televised talk show. And will be the game once we hit the pay-per-view starting in 1985 as well. So we're probably up the time limit for the Saturday Night Main Event show when 1985 rolls around as well. Those don't have a lot of matches on it because we're just extending the time limit on a regular TV show basically. But we'll probably do the extended time limit for those as well because they are more special events. Backdrop by Dick Murdoch, cover the Fuji. Chun-Li going in and late on the cave. So Adonis and Murdoch are your winners.
Here are your winners.
They're the bad guys because everyone's booing them.
Both teams were bad guys at the time.
Oh, dang! And you usually tell me on the GM mode that that's not really a good combo.
Again, it's in universe mode, and if I've got good guy and bad guy cut, and the AI ignore it at half the time anyway when we let it create stuff. Well, I just don't worry about it. Okay, so here comes another fun one here. We are moving right along. We got 3 matches to go. This match could be a main event anywhere in the world. Roddy Piper, Superfly Jimmy Snuka. Ivan Putski is going to be your special guest referee for this one.
Usually when we do special guest referees on just regular mode, I'm usually the referee.
Yeah, usually, but in this, we're going to let the computer run it here and see what happens.
Yeah, just
I'm curious as to whether the AI is going to run this legit or if Ivan Putski is going to favor somebody. I honestly don't know.
And here's Ivan Putski, most likely.
The following is a special
Because during special guest referees, they come out first.
Please welcome the special guest referee for this match, the superstar Ivan Perkins.
Polish Power Ivan Putski. Making his way to the ring here, WWE Hall of Famer.
I am a FNAF fanatic.
The guest referee in this match when it actually happened was Red Bastien, and I could not find a Red Bastien creative wrestler, so we kind of just made do with what we had. But Ivan Putski will be the guest referee for this matchup here, of course, recently on in this episode of Piper's Pit. Jimmy the Superfly Snuka was the guest, and Roddy Piper broke a coconut over a cat. The cat came flying. Snuka kept trying to run into Piper's dressing room, getting held back by his friend.
You showed me that.
It was insane.
How he said banana was like this. Banana! Banana!
One coconut. Two coconut. That's a great segment.
Why was he bringing out random fruits?
Trying to make Jimmy Snuka feel at home. Trying to bring the feel of the island to Jimmy Snuka. Honestly, segment probably would not work in 2024. Probably people would find it racist.
Yeah, I'm not eating bananas from islands.
Yeah, what? Yeah, you do realize that what you're thinking of with that is probably a lot rarer than what that video is making it out to be, right?
Sorry.
Okay, just throwing that out there. Roddy Piper on his way into the ring here for the big matchup with Superfly Jimmy Snuka. These guys had some fun matches in real life here. I'm looking forward to seeing how the game. And this is a feud that really never ended. When Piper was a good guy later in the decade, they teamed up at a Survivor Series match. But they were both surprise entrants in the 2008 Royal Rumble, and they were still fighting each other then.
And his opponent from Suva, Fiji, weighing in at 258 pounds.
A custom-made character.
Superstar Jimmy Snuka.
Superfly Jimmy Snuka. I went with the other outfit just to see what it was like here. I'm not sure I like the sideburns on this version of it. We might just stick with the other one moving forward. But with WrestleMania not for 8 months yet, I didn't want to. I'm kind of time wearing a WrestleMania shirt for an event that technically didn't exist yet, but we may just stick with it. I like the other outfit better.
You know, The Simpsons sometimes predict the future.
You know, when a show's on the air for 35 years, it's going to get stuff right whether it's trying to or not. And it's going to happen. There's the bell. We are underway. Ivan Putski is your guest referee. Roddy Piper, Superfly Jimmy Snuka. One fall with a 20-minute time limit.
Excuse me.
I have a feeling if you're going to see a disqualification, like an actual disqualification in a simulated match, it's most likely going to be in a guest referee situation.
That was kind of fast.
According to the screen there, that was a perfect pin count. Only got a count of 1. Well, see if Putski plays it down the middle or if he plays favorite. Putski and Piper, no strangers to each other here. And
perfect pin. That was a little fast.
It looked a little fast to me as well, but the game is happy with it so far. And it's about consistency.
Rope break.
Called the rope break, and that was a good call. The foot was under the rope briefly.
And it says it's questionable.
The foot was under the rope when Snuka first went for the cover. By the time he called for the rope break, Piper's foot had been moved. I think that's a good call. I'll take that. But again, it's about consistency. If Putski consistent, that's all I care about.
Why are you saying Piper? That's
Did I say
Roddy
Piper. I meant
Piper.
Putski. If Putski can hit them, that's all I care about. Piper's in the ring. Where,
Oh, is Roddy Piper the host of Piper's Pit?
yeah,
Ah!
that's why it's called Piper Pit. Pull your microphone out just a little bit. Okay.
Sorry if you're not breathing.
I could. And the referee called that a bad rope break call. That was better than the one earlier, in my opinion. But okay, well. Special referee AI is still a little messed up. That's fine. Snuka got Piper. Gonna drop over the top turnbuckle there. Nicely done.
Right.
And Snuka going outside and going back out, guys. Snuka, I think, was going to get a weapon and thought better of it. Nice forearm knocking Piper down.
Oh, well, if he got a weapon, he would get disqualified.
In theory.
He's torturing though. He's trying to torture him.
Yeah, the special referee match probably won't be too often in the universe mode, at least not for a while.
Oh, alright, we're going. 1, 2, 3. Perfect pin count.
At Putski, at best if we can tell, called it down the middle.
Here is your winner, the superstar, Jimmy Snuka!
I'm never gonna be able to watch a Deadpool movie until I'm 17.
No, you cannot watch a Deadpool. You're too young to watch a Deadpool movie.
Yeah.
Even Deadpool vs. Wolverine, you were too young to watch a Deadpool movie.
Any movie with Deadpool, I'm too young to watch. Because it's Deadpool.
Right, it's rated R. You're not allowed to watch a rated R movie yet. If we were PG-13, we would talk, but R, definitely not. Good fly, Jimmy Snuka gets a quick win over Roddy Piper. I was shocked how quick that was. I'm not shocked at how quick the stream has gone so far, if we're being completely honest here.
Do you know how long the stream was?
I can look it up here for you in a moment. We're not.
Right, but our...
Still under an hour, we got 2 matches left.
Alright, but our next match is George the Animal Steel versus the Brooklyn Brawler.
Hey, George Animal Steel recently had a double countout on television with Mil Masker.
I might have not been there.
You were not here for that, no.
Here's George the Animal Steel.
And again, one fall of the 20-minute time limit for this matchup here.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Detroit, Michigan, weighing in at 275 pounds, George the Animal Steel!
And George Animal Steel recently had a shot on television at Hulk Hogan in that WWF Heavyweight Championship. Came out on the losing end of that.
That guy moves pretty fast.
George Steele, one of just 2 wrestlers to have world title shots against all of Bruno Sammartino, Pedro Morales, Bob Backlund, and Hulk Hogan.
And his opponent,
The other one being Mr. Fuji.
New York, weighing in
It's
at
scary that I actually know that
247
information.
pounds, the Brawler.
And the Brooklyn Brawler, Steve Lombardi.
If none of you know, the outfit the Brooklyn Brawler is supposed to look like.
Steve Lombardi is another guy who would win on occasion, but lost a lot.
That's Steve Lombardi.
Steve Lombardi, the Brooklyn Brawler.
You couldn't just find Steve
I couldn't just
Lombardi.
find him at Steve Lombardi. I was hoping that the alternate outfit would have been just him at Steve Lombardi, but it was just another Brooklyn Brawler outfit. Best I could do. We got to take some creative license. There's still a couple of guys that are not in this game that are. I'm kind of shocked they've been in previous games, but just didn't get created yet this year. Oh, Brooklyn Brawler right off the bat. Rolling German suplex out of that.
I watched a Scooby-Doo wrestling. I watched a Scooby-Doo wrestling crossover, and they had like a wrestling game where, and Scooby had to do a victory dance so they could win tickets to Star Mania, which is probably not a real show.
Oh, There were 2 Scooby-Doo WWE crossover.
Well, actually 3.
Were there 3? I know of 2.
Because there's one where they had like a weird bear ghost. There's the racing one.
I know
and
the racing
one,
one, and then there was one where they had 1 ticket to WrestleMania, and that's where they met the WWE group in the first place. I know the Jetkin kind of WWE crossover.
And the Flintstones
might have too, I think.
The Flintstones and Jetsons are basically the same universe. The Jetsons are just the Flintstones in the future.
Well, there was a movie where the Jetskins meet the Flintstones. That's out there somewhere. Got it covered here by Lombardi, count of 1.
Like there's a Power Rangers movie where all the Power Rangers met each other. Of course, I like Power Rangers Dino Charge in my opinion, but I don't think it exists anymore.
Most of the Power Ranger series get 1 or 2 seasons, and then they move on to a new cast, same basic format for the series, but new series, new casts. A lot of them don't go very long.
There was the original one back in the day, and that's on Netflix, I'm pretty sure.
A series that always threw me off was Head of the Class.
What's Head of the Class?
Head of the Class was a series about a gifted class of high school students. Gifted class of high school students went 5 seasons. High school only go 4. How do they get 5 seasons out of a class of gifted kids?
High school only goes for 4 semesters.
They only go for 4 years, and the show got 5 seasons with the same cast. With the exception of the teacher, who was the best character of the entire thing, but that's neither here nor there.
I think Welcome Back, Mr. Carter.
Welcome Back, Cotter.
Oh, Welcome Back, Cotter is on Tubi.
Isn't it? I have to check that out.
I think it is, or Peacock.
It's not on Peacock, I know that.
Yeah, so I think it's on Tubi. I'm not gonna throw that famous line in the movie that you tell me. The show.
I do need to see if that's on there, though. That show would always end with the guy playing Mr. Cotter telling a joke, and a lot of those jokes were funny, but... I can get Emily to groan in a lot of those, I think. I need to check that out, but...
Emily only I think... I might have to watch Doctor Who at some point with you. Or Uncle Kate.
Yeah, at some point. I need to get into One Piece, but I'm afraid to start an anime that's got 1,100 come out episodes. But even if I watch 1 episode a day, that's like 4 years worth of episodes. And I don't know if I want to give that kind of commitment to a TV show.
I'm not that much of an anime kid.
No, I know you're not. That's more your sister thing, but...
Yeah, I found Pokemon. Just like a kid-friendly anime.
Yeah, there are a few animes that Death Note's another one I want to try.
But that's also probably not appropriate for my age, just like Has Been Hotel, which I know that's the show Emily
Has Been Hotel is definitely not appropriate for your age. It's barely appropriate for Emily.
And she's 17!
Exactly. That's really my point there. But George Animal Steel working on the arm for the Brooklyn Brawler. Brawler focusing mostly on the head. And Steel focused mostly on the arm, actually. But Steel finisher is that flying hammerlock. So that makes sense why Steel would focus on the arm. Pickfoot and body cleanse. We've got a lot of short matches on this show, too. Cover. Only a count of 1.
I've seen JoJo's Bizarre Adventure with M, which I'm not happy about.
I have no idea what that one is. Never heard of it.
It's one you wanted to watch on your Netflix account.
Okay. I'm not worried about it. I've never heard of it. So 5 minutes have gone by. That's only the 3rd match to hit the 5-minute mark out of 7 so far. A lot of short matches on this. We've had TV shows at Championship Wrestling that have had 3 or 4 5-minute matches. We got a house show here that's going to top out at 4, and that's if our main event goes 5 minutes plus.
There's most likely no wrestling tonight.
I mean, there's wrestling tonight. I can find live wrestling to watch. I just don't make unless there's something I know I want to see, I don't make a big point of watching Thursday night
You're watching like original SummerSlams this morning.
Yeah, I watched SummerSlam 2001 earlier today.
There's been 36 SummerSlams, and this year's gonna be 37.
George Animal Steel in 5 minutes and 38 seconds gets the win. And he's ripping apart the top turnbuckle.
Is that actually what he did back then?
Oh yeah.
He would rip apart the turnbuckle?
Oh yeah, they would claim he was trying to eat the turnbuckle stuffing.
Hello?
That was the idea behind it. That's what come on.
What happened?
I'm trying to pull up the Madison Square Garden lineup to go over it before the next match start, and a notification came on my phone, like a guy was tapping the phone. Well, it's taking me to an app and not my browser here. So as we get ready here for our final match of the evening here at the Spectrum, we got 2 Epicoca TV before our next big event, which will be from Madison Square Garden in New York City.
Footrest.
Yeah, you can use that chair as a footrest. That's fine. So this is a big episode of WWF at Madison Square Garden. This is the brawl to end it all. And it is going to be featured by the main event. We've been talking about it since the stream have started. Wendy Richter, the women's champion, defending against the Fabulous Moolah. Moolah will be accompanied by Captain Lou Albano. Wendy Richter will be accompanied by Cyndi Lauper. That's going to be billed as the main event. In addition to that big matchup, we are going to have a battle royal on that card, and the participants of that will be determined probably the day of.
I've heard sorry to cut you off, but I've heard a theory that when Ash got knocked out in the first...
Don't cut me off from my plug to talk about Pokemon. You can keep the Pokemon talk for a minute.
Okay.
Okay. Also in action next time in our next Madison Square Garden card, we have Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff against Chief J. Strombo. We're going to have a tag team title match. This could be interesting here. The tag team champion, whoever they might be, when a Madison Square Garden rolls around, are going to take on the team of Sergeant Slaughter, and as a reward for that big winning streak, he had Billy Travis. Billy Travis will team with Sergeant Slaughter for a tag team title match. That'll be at Madison Square Garden. We're going to see Hulk Hogan defending the WWF Championship against Greg the Hammer Valentine at that big event. We're going to see Tito Santana and Bob Orton for the Intercontinental Championship on that card. The Iron Sheik will take on Tony Gurria. Bob Backlund will be against Butcher Vachon. And we'll also see the Japanese legend being billed as the martial art champion. Antonio Inoki will be in action at Madison Square Garden. All that and more. I think there are something like 10 or 11 matches on this Madison Square Garden card coming up.
Can I say what I wanted to say real quick now?
Go ahead.
There's a theory that when Ash fell off his bike in the first episode of Pokemon, that he actually is unconscious. Yeah, that's an actual theory.
Yeah, it would make sense. Okay. And we also have, of course, we have 2 Epicoca Championship Wrestling coming up before that big Madison Square Garden card. And, of course, the result of that, or my lineup for that is buried here. There it is. So we are going to see Dick Murdoch against S.D. Jones in the main event of our next Epicoca Championship Wrestling. The Iron Sheik will take on Billy Travis. The Wild Samoans will be in action. Ivan Putski will be in action. That's the next Epicoca Championship Wrestling. But speaking of the Wild Samoans, they are now the tag team champions after winning the belt in Madison Square Garden 3 weeks ago, defending against the new team of Bob Backlund and B. Blair. This is our final contest of the evening, one fall of the 1 hour time limit. Let's get to it. Effort entering for the challenger here. First time Bob Backlund and B. Brian Blair have teamed up. And they get a tag team title shot right out of the gate here. So it could be a very interesting matchup here. We're almost done with Bob Backlund for a while.
Hello.
Bob Backlund's last match in the WWF in the era was on August 4th of 84. Now, if Backlund is holding the tag team championship back of that date, he'll continue to wrestle until he drops the belt. But Bob Backlund will not be, it's not very long for our universe here. So.
There's a 10-year anniversary FNAF game releasing.
You mentioned it earlier.
It's Into the Pit.
Okay.
The 10-year anniversary game.
Okay. Again, pull the microphone away just a little bit again. That should be good. Yeah, that does not have to be right at your mouth. You kind of about the distance I got from my mic and my mouth here.
Yeah, but mine can't really do that.
Yeah, well, mine. You're good. Mine is hard. Like all I can do is basically move mine up to where you can't hear me at all, or down to where you can hear me. Yours can go kind of in and out a little bit. So. Just be mindful. Just be mindful of it. If that come up that the mic too close to your face sometimes, just kind of be mindful of it. And here is B. Brian Blair.
He's called B. Brian Blair because he looks like a bee.
Well, he's not B. Brian Blair technically until '85 when he starts teaming with Jim Brungo with the Killer Bee. But I'm not gonna. That's
the only avatar of him you could find.
And it's close enough. I'm not gonna sweat it.
I'm gonna make a joke. That's probably the only grade he got in school, a B.
Maybe. I've met Brian Blair. I have talked to Brian Blair. I won't call Brian Blair a friend, but we talk on a somewhat regular basis. I've never asked him about his education, though. I don't know.
It's just a joke.
I know. Here are the Wild Samoans. Tag Team Championship are on the line. We're going to go to Mike Rome for the introduction here in just a moment.
I was going to ask if the titles are on the line.
Oh, there's the proof of it right there. There's the belt graphic. Let's go to Mike Rome for the introduction.
The following contest is a tag team match set for one fall and is for the WWE World Tag Team Championship.
This show like 10 minutes over an hour.
Introducing the
10 or 20 minutes.
At a combined weight of 483 pounds. And their opponents at a combined weight of 568 pounds. The WWE World Tag Team Champions, the Wild Samoans.
The Wild Samoans are now in their fourth reign as Tag Team Champions. They defeated Adrian Adonis and Dick Murdoch on June 16th at Madison Square Garden in 2 straight falls to win the championship.
When did WWF start?
So the Worldwide Wrestling Federation, as it was known, officially started in 1963. Although Vince McMahon Sr., Vincent J. McMahon, Vince McMahon's father, was promoting back as far as 52. And Vincent's grandfather was promoting before that. So.
And then it was World Wrestling Federation, and then World Wrestling Entertainment.
That became the World Wrestling Federation in either March or April of 1979. Mostly because they realized that calling it the WWF was a mouthful. They cut a W out. Then they got sued by the World Wildlife Fund. Apparently people got confused between the two WWFs, but I still don't know how that happened. And that's where we got the WWE that we know currently. We are actually about at the point now where it's been known as WWE as long as WWF. Count of one there.
When did the first WWE show air? Like 2000 something?
The name change was May 5th of 2002, I believe. The last WWF show. Ironically enough, all the issues with the WWF name were more in England and in Europe than they were in the United States. So as one last Screw You to the World Wildlife Fund, the last WWF show, like actually a pay-per-view that took place in the UK.
Okay.
And then when they had Raw the following Monday night, that's when the WWE names officially came into
I
play.
don't get why I'm doing this.
You're playing with your water bottle because you're like me. You have to do something with your hand, and the water bottle is what you got in your hand.
But
fine.
you need something to chew at all times.
Yeah, I tend to play with a straw or something. Like I just have to be doing something with my hand. You use the water bottle. It's fine. They take something like 10 or 12% of the people in the world like play with a straw or chew on a straw. That's fine. It's going to be very interesting if the title change hands here. I believe I announced Bob Backlund against Butcher Vachon for Madison Square Garden, but if we get a title change here, that match will not happen. Somebody will replace Backlund in that match. But the winner of this match will defend against Sergeant Slaughter and Billy Travis at Madison Square Garden.
Is Madison Square Garden next week in game time?
It'll be 2 weeks. It'll be 2 weeks of TV before Madison Square Garden. Go, it's the main event. Don't end in a double count out. Get in the ring.
Well, main event.
Get in the ring. All right.
The referee probably didn't want it to end also.
Yeah, the referee didn't want to end that way either. Like, I don't mind if there's a count out or a double count out once in a while. I don't want it in the main event if we can avoid it.
Alright, Alpha and Brian Blair in the ring.
Snuka actually in the ring with Brian Blair.
Snuka, whatever. I thought that said Alpha.
Okay, so the reason I keep these graphics on the screen, they
So
made that raised up is the legal man, the one that's raised down is the guy on the apron.
I thought it said Alpha by accident.
Okay. Tag made to Brian Blair, to Bob Backlund. I mean, we have some double teaming there, so definitely a possibility of these titles changing hands here tonight.
Still, do you think Roddy Piper offended that guy when showing them bananas and coconuts?
You were supposed to think that. Well, Snuka even said it. Are you making fun of me? Yeah, that's why I actually was being made fun of. Piper said no and then him with a coconut. Backlund hit Snuka with a drop kick, and then Backlund actually looked like he was the one hurt from it. Now they're out on the floor here, and that's Cole Nelson will face slam.
Are you surprised that the coconut broke? Or that the set broke?
I'm not surprised that the set broke, but that was basically just
wood.
Yeah, wood and cardboard standing up. Yeah, that was just a really cheaply made set, wasn't a major.
So I bet you're surprised about the coconut.
Yeah, the coconut's more of a shock than the set, definitely.
Well, so also the coconut just got blown into oblivion.
Snuka working on Brian Blair. Backlund getting out on the floor. Backlund gets in at the count of 8 and eat that spinning heel kick right off the bat here. Now just getting slammed head first. And no way of knowing how long a tag team match like this can go. We had one tag team match earlier, went about 8.5 minutes. We've seen tag team matches go 9. When the Samoan gave Adonis and Murdoch their rematch on Championship Wrestling recently, that was a 2 out of 3 fall match with a 30-minute time limit that went about 27. And the first fall didn't come until about 15 minutes in, so there's no way of telling.
I don't care why Logan Paul is a terrible human. Like, in your opinion, he's just terrible. I'm following your footsteps. I'm just mad that he cost me an action figure at WrestleMania.
Yeah. Logan Paul has done a lot of terrible things. He's done some good things, too. I'm not going to say he's never done anything good, but he's done a lot of bad and hurt a lot of people. He's pretty much been told if he ever goes back to Japan, he's getting arrested as soon as they find out he's there. I'm not going to go into details on the air, but that... Yeah, he's not banned from Japan, but he's going to get arrested if he ever shows up. So.
Well, that's what Japan said?
Basically. Yeah. It's based on a couple of things at that.
So buy me that Freddy Frostbear is basically a makeup for WrestleMania.
You were being good that day. If I bought you the figure.
Yeah. Also, I was kind of impatient.
You had been good for the most part, though. So
Yeah.
I felt like you deserved something.
Yeah.
Brian Blair, you to Dave and Backlund just getting beat up badly here.
Mom told me if I work on like my room and stuff, I might be able to get cash.
Yeah, you're trying to earn money for the next toy show.
Cause I want some more figures.
You want some more figure,
I also want some new video games.
and we'll go either way. But if they're bringing the wrestling back, the worst pick there will go for the wrestling.
Yeah. And also the place is like free to go. Like anyone can go.
Yeah, we'll push this a little bit more when we get closer to it. We're still a month or so away from it, but
Yeah, it's happening on August 10th.
going to be a Rikishi driver on the concrete floor. Backlink about done. That might be it.
I didn't mention when you used to work at that company.
Headbutt. To Brian Blair, he's down.
I guess I wanted to hang out
The
with
tag going to come to Alpha, and that may not matter.
I guess I wanted to hang
Count
out.
at 8. When you get a count out going, pay attention to the match. Your ADHD kicking in again here. And that's fine, I don't
We
mind.
never got tested. I have ADHD.
Crossface chicken wing by Backlund. That's Backlund's finisher. Alpha's going to come in to make the save. Backlund going to work on Alpha while Alpha's in there.
I thought my controller was off because I didn't see the light like going up to the edges.
It's fine. You're fine. Tag made to Brian Blair, and that'll reach the save for the challenger.
I'm pretty sure that I went to hang out with Uncle Cat at some point in the day when the wrestling came.
You wanted to spend the intermission in there, and I'm like, I don't know how long the intermission's going to be. We're not straying that
It was
far.
like 15 minutes.
It was like maybe 15 minutes.
I was getting impatient for the
By the time we
intermission.
got the Drake, the show almost started again. We're like, there was no point in...
Yeah. Still had a few-man show.
Now we've got Alpha and Brian Blair in the ring here. It is the longest match of the evening so far. Actually, no, not quite. We had 9/11 with the opener. We're not quite at there yet. We'll be the longest match. It's not going to go under 9/11 at this point. Not after Blair got sent to the outside. Alpha just nailed the referee from behind. Though can act that he was going for Blair, but if the referee would have see it that way.
I don't want to say a 9/11 joke. I don't want to say one.
I opened myself up for that. That's fine. All right, we're at the 9-minute mark here, though. Leapfrog by Brian Blair. Sending Alpha down with the hip toss.
That... Okay,
Referee is going to let the match continue. There's the bee stinger by Brian Blair.
It's going. Like, they were up to...
Kika's going to make the save. It doesn't matter. But
Yeah.
you're right. Forward underneath the bottom rope. That should have been a rope break.
All right.
Kika was going to make the save. That's fine. There's the tag to Bob Backlund. I don't know if I would have tagged Backlund in just yet.
They both did the same animation at the same time.
At the same time. Come on, drop.
Oh, hey,
Blair's gonna have to come in and make the save.
Get out! They both can't make a save anymore.
Nobody else can make a save unless they're a tag. They can
Yes,
get.
yes.
Backlund's gonna roll the
yes,
outside,
yes.
and there's the tag to Snuka.
Who are you rooting for to win? I think I'm rooting for the Samoans.
You know what? At this point, we're already off the real timeline, so it doesn't really matter.
Oh,
Tag is made now, off and back in. Backlund leaping into that arm drag takedown, nicely done. We are past the 10-minute mark of this matchup here. One fall, the 1 hour time limit. I don't think we're going to go an hour. It's possible, but I don't think it's going to happen. Backlund pulling.
So I will never forget. I will never forget what Randy Orton did to Logan Paul before but like a few wrestling shows before WrestleMania. Well, actually KSI. I will never forget what happened to KSI.
I will, because I'll forget KSI ever existed. Backlund gets that rolling neck snap onto Alpha, but he didn't go for it at this point. Alpha actually gets to his feet first. At this point, there's that Samoan drop again. At this point, Backlund needs to tag out.
Yes,
That's it.
yes.
Brian can't make the cave. That's
2, 3.
Backlund got the right shoulder up. I'm surprised.
That was 3. That was 3.
No, that was 2. That was 2.
That was 3.
That was 2. That was a good count. Good consistent count.
That British guy did like my tone at WrestleMania.
He liked your passion. He liked that you were getting into the show.
Yeah.
Off of playing the crowd instead of trying to pin Backlund. He got back to Brian Blair cannot make the save.
Still
And
that.
Backlund and Kurt. Backlund, you got to put him away.
Still that one match at the Mega Wrestling show at that toy show. Dang, there was a lot of flipping off. Well, who was that guy that had the cash basket going around?
Pastor Kilo.
Pastor CeeLo? What do you think he did with the money?
I would assume he kept it. I would assume it was part of the payday for the day.
Yeah, he really does have to get paid.
T-bone suplex there by Bob Backlund. Backlund should tag out here. He's going to go for the cover instead.
What?
Giger's going to come in and make the save.
Yes!
Go without a tag. There are no more saves.
No one can make a save unless it's a tag.
Backlund needs that tag.
This could be it. This could be the end of it. Oh.
Random into that corner. If I had blood turned on, that probably would have busted him open.
But you don't.
I don't have the blood turned on.
If you have blood
WWF at this era didn't use blood a ton, so I just don't
When
bother
did the
turning it on.
Sandman start wrestling?
Late 80s, early 90s.
So what year will we mostly see him?
Well, we're not going to see Sandman here until probably 2005 or 6. But Sandman was in ECW and then WCW before he ever got to WWF. I'm still amazed he ever got to WWE, honestly.
I still say I'm gonna say this. They should have had CM Punk when the game came out.
That game was already well in development before they signed CM Punk. You gotta realize they didn't even know CM Punk was coming back until a day or two before he came back. Backlund rolled Offa back into the ring. Blair's up on top. Wasted too much time, and Offa caught him.
During Money in the Bank, we actually saw a CM Punk fan. He was actually wearing the AEW shirt.
Okay.
I'm just pointing that out.
That's fine. Blair crawling to the corner, going to pull himself up. I don't know what Offa's cutting up for. Charged with the avalanche.
Backlund can make a save.
Backlund's not going to make a save unless there's a cover, and Offa's not going for the cover. Don't go to that corner.
Dingus.
Oh, okay. He's gonna get rid of Kika that way.
Oh, so we can get Offa down.
There's the hot shot.
He's going
for
the
come circle with stun gun. The tag back to Backlund. I don't know if I to tag Backlund back in. At least not yet, but.
Oh, he's got Backlund. He's got Backlund. Right into the turnbuckle.
Head first on that top turnbuckle.
If anyone fell into that metal part, like on their back would be broken.
Potentially.
And people say the ring itself is the hardest part.
Yeah, everyone get the apron itself the hardest part of the ring. I would personally think the ring post.
That thing is made out of metal.
I'm also not the one taking bumps for the most part. So I'll take everybody else's word for it.
You barely take bumps.
I try not to take bumps. That's why I referee instead of wrestle. We are past the 15-minute mark of this matchup here.
This could be the longest.
The longest match of the night. I believe it's the longest one fall match we've had since we started streaming. 27:57 is the longest match we've had. That was 2 out of 3 falls. That was the rematch between the Samoans and the North South Connection recently on Championship Wrestling.
But the Wild Samoans have it going against Adrian Adonis.
Okay, I understand that you are kind of fidgety, but you keep bumping into my deck. So if you can please be kind of careful.
Tap.
Not funny. I didn't mean to cut you off there, but I keep seeing that my deck wobbling. I want to make sure nothing falls and breaks.
Also, it's an old desk.
Yeah, it's an old deck, but Offa now with Brian Blair. Offa's been in the ring an awfully long time. He should take out the Kika. There he goes.
There we go. Oh.
Hey, again, you're throwing a key of time. I can't believe why I have time limit cut up, though. This is getting to be a really long match. I'm glad it is. We needed one.
Okay, he's going for the pin. Backlund's not coming out.
Backlund must think Blair's going to kick out, and he does. Backlund was able to keep his cave. But that was risky at this point of the match. And now Kika's going to pull Blair's leg over that middle rope. Samoan drop again. We've seen so many Samoan drops. Samoan drops are being
Now he's going. Oh, now he goes.
Okay. Indoor void.
Sorry.
I get you're excited. I love the passion. Okay, we got listeners to think about. You don't want to scream at our listeners.
Sorry. I'm just kind of getting mad because he didn't make the save last time.
Blair's getting Kika out to the floor. I would tag out, and then I would try to bring him back in.
He's getting off a down.
Getting off a down is fine, but Kika's the legal man. That'll reset the count, but he's going after the right guy. But match has to end in the ring for the title to change hands. If we're going to see a title change here, they got to get Kika back in the ring. And I would make that tag to Backlund while you've got the opening, and he's not doing that.
That looked like...
Yeah, that was to the gut, but yeah, I kind of agree with you. It looked like he would go and try to go low anyway. Counter cat kick, you gotta get back in. And if I'm Kika, I stay on the floor at this point. I don't get back in. Blair's gonna knock off the apron again. Counter cat 8.
He went back in at 8. If I was
there's the beat stinger, and off on the ground. He can't come in.
1, 2.
And the right shoulder comes up. I thought the titles were changing hands right there.
If I was the champion, I would just stand on the floor.
Like, honestly, if I'm the champion... Oh, Blair went for the flying leg drop and missed. And,
what were you going to say?
I was going to say, if I were the champion, I would stay on the floor and get counted out, or I would get myself disqualified. I would never win a match as champion. That would hold the belt forever.
Till you die.
Until they put me in a match where I had to win the match to keep the belt, I'd be getting disqualified every single time.
Like a cage or Hell in a Cell.
Like a cage or Hell in a Cell or
Royal Rumble or Battle Royale.
Or sometimes there's just a stipulation where the title it can change on the qualification. They've waived the rule on occasion, depending on the situation.
Oh. Alpha might be able to make the save.
Yeah, Alpha still has a save remaining. Backlund does not. And Blair's in the wrong part of town. He's in the wrong corner. He's got to get to his own corner.
He has Sika, throws him into the apron.
There's the body slam. Now he's going to tag Backlund. That's the right play. That's the right move at that point.
This looks like it's been longer than 15 minutes already.
We're coming close to 20 minutes in this matchup. It's been great. It's been a great match. I'm enjoying it.
About the mid-80s. Mid or early 80s.
Yeah, Backlund wrestled a lot of long title matches during his run as World Wrestling Federation champion. He is a former tag team champion with Pedro Morales. Ironically enough, he and Pedro Morales defeating the Wild Samoans at Shea Stadium in 1980. But Backlund, as the world champion, decided he wanted to keep the world title. Pedro Morales deciding that he wanted to go for one-on-one glory on his own, so they vacated the belt voluntarily the same night. We passed the 20-minute mark. Backlund got that crossface chicken wing on. That is the finishing move. And that again, we have new champion.
Like he was choking him. He was choking.
WWE World Tag Team.
That's the main event of the night.
Bob Backlund and B. Brian Blair are now the WWF Tag Team Champions. That belt changing like a hot potato in the early portion of this universe here.
Right. But make sure.
Well, hold on. We're not going to plug just yet here.
Okay. The
plugging's going to be the very last thing we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and preview the next episode of Championship Wrestling again real quick. We are going to have Dick Murdoch and SD Jones. We're going to see the Iron Sheik against Billy Travis. These Wild Samoans are going to be in action. Ivan Putski will be in action. That's the next episode of Championship Wrestling, which Gabe will stream it tomorrow. I don't know for sure, but that's my tentative plan to do one tomorrow. Of course, that's leading up to Madison Square Garden on July 23rd, the big battle royal. Wendy Richter and the Fabulous Moolah for the women's title. Hulk Hogan and Greg Valentine for the world title. We now know to be Bob Backlund and Brian Blair against Sergeant Slaughter and Terry Daniel for the tag title. Tito Santana and Cowboy Bob Orton for the Intercontinental title. The martial arts champion Antonio Inoki on the card. A lot of action in Madison Square Garden on July 23rd of '84. That stream will probably happen. The weekend kind of packed with it with other stuff this weekend, because it will probably be Sunday or Monday, I would say, before we get to streaming that one. But now we'll go ahead and start doing the plug.
Can I do it? Sorry.
Go ahead.
Well, make sure to follow Ref J Hawk on Twitch and TikTok and
Twitter.
And make sure to hit the like, subscribe buttons on YouTube and hit the notification bell.
Yep.
So you never miss out.
And that youtube.com/Flair Woo. That WHOO Flair Woo on YouTube. If you're watching live on Twitch and want to subscribe there.
Woo!
But please, if you're watching this on Twitch, or if you want to watch live on Twitch, follow me on Twitch. Get the notifications. I don't have a schedule for doing these. It is kind of haphazard. And right now, I'm just not in a place where I can get a schedule for these. Maybe things will change as we get closer to the fall. But for right now, let's recap the results of the show real quick here.
Before we log off.
Moondog Rex defeated Tony Gurria 9 minutes and 11 seconds in our opening contest. Big John Studd over Bobo Brazil in 4 minutes and 37 seconds. Pat Patterson with a rare appearance, making a rare appearance, gets the victory over Greg Hammer Valentine in 3 minutes and 12 seconds. Hulk Hogan in just 3 minutes and 28 seconds successfully retained the WWF Heavyweight Championship against Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. The North-South Connection defeating Tiger Chung Lee and Mr. Fuji in tag team action 8:27. Ivan Putski was your special guest referee at Jimmy Snuka pinned Roddy Piper in just 2 minutes and 27 seconds. Piper with a rare pinfall loss. George Animal Steel over the Brooklyn Brawler in 5:38. And then our final match of the evening, and I'm glad we closed with it. We went off the air with new World Tag Team Champions Bob Backlund and B. Brian Blair are the new champions, defeating the Wild Samoans in 20 minutes and 11 seconds. The longest one-fall match since we started streaming this universe so far. 14 streams. We've seen the tag team title change hands 3 times already in the course of 14 streams.
Oh.
Now that an average of every 5th stream, the tag team title for changing hands. So the timeline is shifting. The space times continuum is ripping apart, and we're having a lot of fun with it. Stay safe, support independent wrestling. We'll catch you next time, everybody.
See ya. Good night. Stay safe. 1 hour 38.